Welcome in New World News. A little slack on this video because it happened a few days ago, but one of the Supreme Court judges, Kavanaugh, had somebody show up to his house threatening to kill him. One of our United States Supreme Court judges threatened an attempt murder on his life, an assassination. They didn't actually get to carry it out or get to try, but they were there at his home, and now this has turned into a complete, excuse my language, shitstorm for politicians and gun control and all this stuff. And one of our own Supreme Court judges almost had his life taken by a crazy person who is now thankfully arrested and in jail and awaiting charges and won't get out, I would imagine, for a long, long time, if ever. It's just an insane story all the way around, and I think it's best if we go over and take a look at it on the screen, and then you guys can let me know in the comments section how you feel about just this insane story on its own and the whole comparison over to gun control and everything else that, you know, everyone is talking about. Let's go over and check it out. Okay, so I did miss this story going up in a video, but I followed it all of the end of last week through the weekend, and a man with a gun was arrested near Brett Kavanaugh's home. Court documents indicate that the man told the police he wanted to kill the Supreme Court justice. Originally on June 8th and June 9th, this was reported. The man with a gun and a knife was detained by the police early Wednesday near the Maryland home of Brett M. Kavanaugh after making threats against the Supreme Court. His name is Nicholas John Roski, 26, of Sema Valley, California. He's charged with attempted murder of a Supreme Court justice after he called authorities and said he was having suicidal thoughts and wanted to kill a specific justice. Now, I don't know how that's attempted murder. Terroristic threats, threatening, all that sort of stuff. Unless he actually attempted to carry out the crime, I don't know how that's attempted murder, and I think his lawyer will probably get that dropped or reduced. Roski was upset by the leaked draft of the opinion by the Supreme Court, signaling that it positioned to overturn Roe v. Wade, the 49-year-old decision that guarantees a person's constitutional right to abortion. Roski stated that he began thinking about how to give his life a purpose and decided that he would kill the Supreme Court justice. The affidavit said, adding that he allegedly planned to break into the justice's home and kill him as well as himself. The affidavit does not identify which justice he was threatening, but in a statement, the man was arrested near Kavanaugh's residence after making threats against him, so it's safe to say it was him. He appeared in court on Wednesday before the U.S. Magistrate Judge Timothy J. Sullivan, was represented by a federal public defender, Andrew Szylewski. When asked if he understood the proceeding, Roski says, I think I have a reasonable enough understanding, but I wouldn't say I'm thinking clearly. When the judge inquired further, Roski said only that he was on medication, that he'd taken that medication on Wednesday. He later clarified that he had a clear enough understanding to proceed. He consented in court to being detained before his trial and temporarily waived his right to a bond hearing. Roski's public defender declined to comment. That leaked draft opinion to overturn the longstanding constitutional right to abortion came more than a month before the court is set to deliver its ruling. High Court's decision is expected this month or in early July. When asked about the incident near Kavanaugh's home, Attorney General Merrick Garland condemned any acts or threats of violence against the Supreme Court justice. He noted that the concern over increased security risks to the justice led him to offer additional resources last month to protecting members of the High Court. And he also said he met Tuesday with federal judges to discuss the security concerns. So that was the original story. And since then, a lot of people just coming out saying, why was nobody talking about it? Judge Jeanne on Fox News analyzes the response following the murder attempt. She calls out the Attorney General for not arresting protesters in front of the justices' homes. It's crazy, like, how anything that happens in this country, somebody else on one side or the other is going to say they didn't do it right. They didn't do it. Anyways, that's the story. The judge had somebody who, thank God they got him before they killed him. No matter what side of the political aisle you're on, you don't want one of our Supreme Court judges being executed, assassinated, or killed, or murdered, or whatever. So good on them for getting him, and hopefully we don't have any more issues. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate everyone who comes by here, and if you feel like leaving a comment, I'll read them and respond to as many as I can. Until next time, I'll see you then.